Resolutions. And next is our public participation. The board, I'll read the regulations. The board welcomes and encourages public participation. We respectfully ask that you adhere to the procedures and the decorum provided in board policy BEDH, public participation at meetings. Your comments should be limited to 3 minutes. Questions asked during public participation and placed in writing will receive a written response in a timely manner, and Mr. Harris will give the 1 minute and 30-second warnings. Okay, the first is Jim Ramsey to talk about the Nursery Road Elementary. Mr. Ramsey, if you'll come down here to the microphone, please.
Good evening. My name is Jim Ramsey. I'm a Nursery Roads parent, SIC member, and also the program coordinator, or the parent coordinator for the Watchdogs program. The Watchdogs program is a nationally recognized program that provides a channel for dads, stepdads, grandfathers, male role models to be actively involved in our schools. The program invites these men to commit to at least 1 day a year, all day. They spend the day assisting in the classroom, reading to students, assisting with math problems, sometimes putting together puzzles, helping unload and load buses, talking to our students during lunch and recess, as well as being an extra set of eyes and ears in the school. The program itself creates 3 winners: the students, the school, and us dads. The students win because they see school is important enough for dad to take a day off from work and spend it in school with them. The school wins because it provides a parent's presence inside the school, and dads win because we get to be a hero for a day. This year will be the second year of the Nursery Road Elementary School Watchdogs. This will be the second year of the Nursery Roads Watchdogs program. During our first year, we had 37 Watchdog dads volunteer for a total of 72 out of 180 school days. 44% of our school days last year had a watchdog in school. One of our watchdogs was recognized last year as District 5 Mentor of the Year for mentoring his students, as well as his overall commitment to the Watchdogs program. On Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m., Nursery Roads Elementary, we will be having our second annual pizza night to kick off this year's Watchdog program. I would like to personally invite each and every member of the board to come join us to be a part of our event and to learn more about the program and to see the overall impact that it's having on our school. I appreciate your time. And as a reminder of our Watchdog Pizza Night, I bring you pencils.
Thank you very much. And if you'll give the
again.
Excuse me. Oh, what is that date again?
September 18th, 6 p.m.
At 6, okay.
At the school?
At the school.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Next for public participation is Ms. Murphy.
Good evening. That sounds like a great program. I just wanted to give you some tidbits about the 10-day enrollment count that was just presented. District 5 grew 189 students between this year and last year in kindergarten through 12th grade. That meant 11 out of the 20 schools decreased in enrollment, or 9 out of the 20 grew. 6 of the 12 elementary schools declined in enrollment. In the last 2 years, District 5 grew 170 students, or 1%, which is less than 9 students per school. But the budget in that period grew by $16 million, or over 11%. This is the same time frame that you guys voted to give yourselves a raise as well, except for Mr. Turner. But last week I was informed that the district had invited school board candidates, the election which is in November, to an orientation to learn about the district's policies related to campaigning on school grounds. The candidates would also be able to meet the superintendent and his department heads. I can't recall this happening before, but thought it was a wise idea since in the past, whether intentional or not, policies, which are actually law, weren't followed, even with incumbent candidates and by some district staff members. And since I plan to be actively involved in supporting certain candidates, I thought I would sit in for a refresher. However, I was quite surprised and disappointed. Almost immediately after being seated, I was informed by Mr. Bounds that the meeting was private. I was told in a not so nice manner, "This is not a public meeting, you must leave." Of course, somewhat shocked at the tone and request, I found it odd that as I was leaving, I was greeted by a resource officer who escorted me to my car. I also thought it was odd that the superintendent would be holding private meetings with the candidates. In any event, I asked Mr. Bounds if the superintendent would be holding these meetings in the public for the staff and public like myself, for those who are going to be involved with the campaigns, and we don't want to violate the laws. The position of a school board member is one of great importance. So is following the rules. So I'm asking Dr. Hefner if you would consider offering a brief review of the policies so we don't violate them and we all know what we're expected to do or not to do. And would greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That ends our public participation. Next, we'll go into the action agenda.